Can you believe it's already practically almost 6 months into this year? This year being 2024. Where, oh, where has the time gone? I want to talk about this and I'll be right back in a minute. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hi, this is Jan. Welcome to the Save Money and More with Jan channel. How you doing today? Hope that this audio finds everybody doing well. Can you even believe it? We are almost into June. January, February, March, April, May, June. We are at the 6 month point of the year being half a year almost over. I cannot believe it. You know why I'm mentioning this? I think it's time to start a do-over for everything. I was cleaning out some paperwork every few months. I like to clean out my paperwork the way I'm not overwhelmed, let's say, in a year. So every 6 months, and we're about the 6 month period of time right this minute, I like to get rid of some paperwork that doesn't need to be around cluttering my space. There you go. But I came across a piece of paper. What it was a show note. It was a video show note for this channel. And initially, the title says Ways to Start the New Year Right. So basically, the show was about good thoughts for starting the new year. And I said, you know what? It's almost June. Let's do a little bit of a check mark around here about some of my great thoughts that were thoughts for January. And let's see how's it going for June. So one of the things that I had written down on point number one, it said, put 2023 behind you, especially things that were negative. That's a good one. That's a good one. Now, we don't realize every day the time comes and goes. We think, oh, we have all this unlimited amount of time. Now we don't. We just don't. We don't realize how the time's slipping through our hands. And here we are, if you can even believe it, almost at the half year mark. This is just unbelievable. So my recommendation, 6 months into the new year, it's almost getting to be an old year, 6 months in, why don't we put away, try our very best to leave it behind us, the things that occurred that were negative in the last few months, especially the minor stuff. There's a lot more minor stuff sometimes that goes on that increases mental clutter. And when you have a lot of mental clutter in your head, to me, now tell me if I'm wrong about this, but I don't think I am. When there's a lot of mental clutter in one's mind, it makes it definitely more difficult to execute good thoughts for working, organizing your home, your family, your financials. I think it's just a really good idea. So I'm going to reinstitute what I suggested back in January, which now seems like a little bit of a distant memory. Ooh. All right. So I said here on bullet point number 2, I said no resolutions. I don't make New Year's resolutions. Okay. I don't believe in resolutions. There are too many reasons why. I believe they're unrealistic. I don't make New Year's resolutions. Those words are just too absolute for me. This is what I indicated in the show notes. And I rather set reasonable goals instead. What kind of reasonable goals might you have? This is a great time of the year, middle year checkup, to see how's it going for you. You know how like we go to doctors for our annual checkups? Well, hopefully, right? Just saying, it's a good thing every few months. And I would recommend, probably couldn't hurt every 6 months, to look around you and say, maybe it's time to go over my budget. It's been a while. I mean, that's just one facet, for example. There are certainly other categories, but of course, I focus mainly on that for this channel. Next, I had indicated on bullet point number 3, get a day planner or a notebook or a calendar. Of course, the brand new year. That's what you're going to look for. And that's what I did. Something as simple as a 50 cent on sale in the dollar store notebook. Does not have to be fancy, even if you pay a whole dollar or $1.25. Having that book and pen or pens or whatever. Yes, yes, I know we could indicate everything on our, phones or whatever, and that's true. But I don't know, there's just something about, because I am older, old school. I have one foot in modern times and I have another foot in old fashioned. And a part of me likes coming across things in a tangible manner, just like I just did with this. You hear the rattling? Piece of paper that I came across with this wonderful information from then, that honestly, at this point in the year, is a fantastic reminder in my honest. So, yeah, it is a good reminder. Get a notebook in case yours ran out. Doesn't have to be fancy, but it's yours. You see where I'm going with this? It's yours. And I'm telling you, like sometimes, for example, I'll come up with a show idea, right? And I'm like, where's that pen? Where's that paper? I have to have that pen, paper, notebook with me so I do not forget. So it doesn't hurt. All right. Next. Now, this has nothing to do with business, but it does have something to do with business, because a clear mind means clearer thoughts, means better productivity. And at the end of the day, I think better results. I really believe that. So, what am I talking about? Bullet point number 4 here. It says, forgive people. Don't harbor old grievances. This is a great time to start anew. Now, naturally, at that time, of course, I was focusing on the beginning of the year. But you know something? Does it have to be a brand new year to feel like forgiving? I don't think so. Wouldn't you get the same great results whether you forgive somebody in May or in October or in March or whatever? That to me is an all year round thing. It's sort of like an evergreen tree, right? It's always green, it's always beautiful, no matter what time of the year, right? But forgiveness is something that is worthwhile all the time. First of all, forgiveness is the best possible gift you could give yourself. On a completely selfish note, I'm just saying, trust me, it could be a little challenging. Not gonna lie. But at the end of the day, it really, really works out to be forgiving. Next, bullet point number 5. Now, this was all for the beginning of this past, beginning of this 024. Here we are in the middle of the year. Can't believe it. I can't even believe I'm saying this. Know what else I can't believe? That I'm forgetting to remind you to do the following. If you have not done so already, thank you so much for clicking like, sharing, and subscribing. Just saying, just saying. Next, I indicated on bullet point number 5. Eat better, make better food choices, one meal at a time. Ask yourself before you eat, what choice can you make that's healthier? Well, I have a confession to make. I did have a donut this morning. Ooh, yes, I did. But it was a plain donut and not very sweet donut. I am rationalizing this now, aren't I? And I did know the calorie count of the donut, 150, everything within reason. It's unrealistic to think a person is never, ever, ever going to have a donut. Here's where the problem is. When people get devil may care, don't count the calories, go over the limit, just people know when they go overboard. In this case, no, was not overboard. Totally, totally fine. Totally controlled. It just means an extra few minutes on my bike. I'm just saying. All right, number 6. Find ways to move more and exercise. Yes. Now remember, again, this was supposed to be for January, and I suppose I did put it on the video. However, these were the notes for a show. But here we are in the middle of the year checkup. Are we exercising as much as we could? I'm not saying every one of us has to go out and join a gym. That's not a bad idea if you could do it. Don't get me wrong. If you have exercise equipment in your home or apartment that has since turned into what? An extra closet? A hanging of the clothes rack? Ooh, how many people do that? And if you don't have any equipment, doesn't matter. Tap on a video on here. There are gazillions. They have them for seniors. Lots and lots of really cool ones. I forget the channel name. There's one that like you could like it's for seniors, right? And like you could do dancing to like whatever favorite decade of music that the video content creator provides. Amazing. I'm just telling you. If you could find that, really, really good. So yeah. And then here it says, find joys. Number 7, find joys in the everyday living. Try to look at the bright side of things. Oh, this is a good one. Try to remain positive, especially when it's even more of a challenge. Look, we would be lying to ourselves if we cannot admit the fact that things have been a little bit more expensive for the last few years. And this is nothing to do with anything but fact. Things have been more expensive this year. And if everybody's income doesn't match the increase of the expenses, it's tough. It's no joke. It's not funny. And we have made the best of it. But still try to find the joy, like in things like, for example, if you get to go to the grocery store and pick up those things, that's joyful. Some people, they have a hard time to do that at all. So even if you make less expensive meals and you go, pasta again, some people don't even have the funding or situation to do that. So find joy, find brightness, find positivity in everything we do. It just makes for a better day. It makes for a better day. We could sit around grump and complain all day, but listen, where's it going to get us? I do believe, however, people should get that feeling out of their system and say it, own it, and say, listen, I'm really annoyed that I have to pay X number of percentage more just to get by each year. Yeah, say it, get it out of your system, then figure out a way to work it out. Once you get it out of your system, have 5 minutes in the chair and just sit down in that chair. Call it the worry chair, the complaining chair, the stress chair, and then maybe eventually turn it into the prayer chair, okay? That's very, very helpful. Remaining positive is a very, very good thing to do. It's so funny that particular show, old show note, it was on it is on, do it again, a single a single piece of paper that I happened to come across when cleaning today. And I said, something, this bear worth repeating in my honest. And you know what else bears worth repeating? This video clip. Now more than ever, saving money, keeping money, growing money should never ever go out of style. Find creative ways in your home or apartment where you can save. Sometimes we make duplicate purchases of things that we already own. That's why I totally recommend if you ever have an extra hour or two on a weekend, look around your home or apartment, sort of like a scavenger hunt. You may be so happily amazed to see, hey, I have those extra batteries. I don't need to order them where I could allocate that money somewhere else. All right, everybody, I want to end this wonderful show on a happy note. Let's listen to some happy music again. All right, everybody, let's make the remainder of this year, 2024, even better than these first 6 months. Have an amazing, fantastic day. Take good care of yourself and your wonderful family.